Hey family, Dad here. Hope you're having a great day. On this episode, I just want to share my net worth. So, for a little background, I'm a 48-year-old dad with two adult kids. Started raising them as a single dad starting in 2006 when they were really young. I had them approximately 7 nights per week at the beginning and then slowly gained more time as the years went on. And then eventually, in over the course of time, probably when they were 12, 13 years old, or maybe even younger than that, I started getting them more than half the time to eventually full time in 2019. You hear my dog drinking water. So the kids are in college now. And at the beginning of my adult life, I had no clue about investing for the future, which is a huge part of your net worth. My parents occasionally told me to save and invest, but I gradually learned more about investing and saving in my mid 30s. I wish I learned about saving, investing, personal finance much earlier in life. I look at my net worth 2 times per year, end of the year, and then in the middle of the year, usually around the end of June. So for the end of 2023, I just want to share what my net worth looks like. So for my net worth, it's all from one income. It's me. I'm the breadwinner. I'm a single dad, like I said. I got divorced in 2006. I cashed out my 401k at the time, and I think it was roughly around $30,000 back in 2006. I did it to pay off credit card debt. I was, $30,000 in credit card debt. You can see it on a previous video I shared, my experiences during that time. And I had a negative net worth. I was slightly underwater with my home when I refinanced to cash out my ex-wife during the divorce as well. So since, the divorce, I started, slowly learning more, a little bit about investing for retirement. But definitely the last, I want to say 8 to 10 years, I focused on learning all facets of personal finance and what I'm comfortable with in investing. So definition of net worth is what you own minus what you owe in a nutshell. So let's take an example of home ownership. If you have a house, your home value may be today, if you sell it, it could be worth $500,000. But you also have a mortgage that you still owe, and let's just say for hypothetical reasons, your mortgage is $400,000. So if you minus the value of your home today, which would be $500,000, minus the mortgage that you owe, $400,000, your net worth for your home is worth $100,000. Does that make sense? And continue to look at other assets as well, such as retirement, savings, brokerage accounts, cars, I guess, and add all that together to have your assets. Then you minus what you owe, which would be your mortgages, your credit card debt, student loans, things that you owe usually to a bank or to a personal loan to a family member. Those are things you would want to put in your debts. So here's my net worth today. So we'll start off in my net worth with assets. So I'll start from the top, and I have my Vanguard account, and it's broken down into 3 items. So I have a brokerage account, which is at $25,000 and some change, and then an IRA. And so, mind you, with this IRA and the Roth under Vanguard, majority of this is retirements, rollovers from previous employer retirements. I've had several jobs, and I just roll them over all into one under Vanguard. Just to keep it simple, so I don't have 7, 8 different retirement accounts all throughout different companies and things like that. So that's where it's at. IRA just a shade under 400,000, and then the Roth is at 78,000 and some change there. As we move down, Fidelity, I have some old stock, company stock, and a health space savings account, totaling roughly around, I think that's under $11,000. As we scroll down, T. Rowe Price, which is my current employer's retirement plan, I have 17,000 in a 401k, and then HSA is at a little over 4,000. I do have an old work pension. It doesn't accrue a lot overall. It's in I think it's in like a money market fund. It's kind of a CD. Again, my old company, they control, the investment. So I don't expect, exponential growth, 10, 15 years from now, but at least it's something. And then as we go down, here's my house. So this is what today's value is. And how I got this value at 535,000 is I went on Redfin, Zillow, and I think at Realtor.com and just kind of entered in my address just to see what my home's worth. And I kind of got the average. And this is the average that I got. And it may not be accurate, I don't know, but for this, exercise, I just did those three websites and just kind of did the average, and that's what I got, 535,000. I got approximately 112,000 liquid, and that's in high yield savings account. A lot of people, will probably question me on this, but I like having a good cushion. On a previous video, I shared where I've gotten laid off 3 times. And it probably burned a hole in my brain just to remember the anxiety and the stress sometimes of being laid off. But for me, having that cushion and paying for my kids' college, keeps me at ease having that cushion. And then I have a kids' college account, 31,000. That was significantly higher about a year and a half, 2 years ago. I've been kind of withdrawing from that, specifically for my son's college. He goes to a private school out of state, so that's not cheap. And then I put in my cars as well in there. They're both paid off. I have no debt to that. They're older cars, nothing fancy. So the total net worth, total assets, I should say, is today is 1.251 million and some change. Now we move over to my debts, and as you can see, not a lot. I'll start off here. I have no credit card debt, no student loan debt, no car payment, and the only thing I do have today is my mortgage, and it's at 178,000 and some change on that. My goal is to, make additional payments throughout the year on this to try and get it down quicker. But today, that's where I stand as far as any outstanding debts. So total net worth, as you can see on the bottom here, is a little over a million, 1.072 and some change. If you minus the 529 account and the cars, it's again a little over a million, 1.021 and some change million. Some people don't include their 529 accounts or their cars for whatever reason. But if you minus that, I'm just hovering a little over $1 million. Take out the college accounts, the 529 and the cars. I'd still be, roughly right above $1 million net worth. Again, those cars aren't too fancy. It's an old Prius and an older Nissan Sentra, but the kids drive them and they work great. So how do you compare to a 48-year-old dad? Hope you're doing better than I am. Would love to hear some comments on that. Tell me your thoughts. Leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Again, these are my perspectives and views. I'm not a certified professional. I'm just a dad. So stay safe, stay positive, and be happy. Love you, Dad.